Bravo 180 Bravo Bravo, good afternoon to you. Report your altitude.
2,000 feet on 1014, Bravo Bravo.
Bravo Bravo,
Here we are then at Innsbruck. We're in the PA-28R Arrow III for Xplane 11. This is from Just Flight. Now, when I was at RAF Cosford a few weeks ago, I was asked if I would do a review on this by the guys at Thandra. Thandra are the developers of this aircraft for Just Flight, and I said I'd be happy to do a review. They sent me a copy just before RAF Cosford. I've had it for a few weeks. I've flown a little bit, haven't done an awful lot in it, but what I will tell you is that this aircraft is delicious. Is that such a thing as you can say for aircraft? It is absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. It really is a stunning aircraft. It is the Arrow, the Piper Arrow, PA28. It's beautiful. It's been so well reproduced in every detail. It's absolutely cracking. If you idle too long on the runway, then you'll get spark plug fouling because of build-up of gases. So you've got to keep your revs high if you're on the runway for a little bit, as I am. It's got all the usual stuff as we expect in Xplane 11, because Just Flight are getting into it now, and they're finding their library, or the library of developers. Look at the PBR rendering there as we go around, all the rivets, everything. It is absolutely beautiful. Let's get back inside the cockpit and try and have a look around the cockpit. One of the things that I like about this is that it is worn. You know, it's an old aircraft. It's in beautiful condition, but it's an old aircraft. Let me adjust the time of day. No, I won't adjust the time of day. I will take off. We'll get up in the air. We'll see what this is like. Okay. So a bit of throttle. I need to put some flap on. A bit of throttle. Release the brake, and literally this aircraft leaps forward. It really does. It's beautiful. Being a twin-engined aircraft, we haven't got that torque as we have in others because it just pulls it out. And we're just getting up to 80 knots or thereabouts now. Pull back on the stick, and we are away. Look at that. Beautiful climb out there. And then gear up. We just get back on the centerline. Gear is going up. And we're here inside the aircraft. Now, this is absolutely superb. It's so well done, and the sound in it is amazing. There's an awful lot of detail. As I was saying at the beginning, what I like about this aircraft is that it looks a little bit old. Look, let me show you what I mean. Look at that yoke there, how it's worn. You know, the left hand thumb button there, it's all worn away around there. You know, the left handle has virtually lost all of its leather trim, whereas the right yoke is in perfectly good nick. I've got XP Realistic on, and so you know we've got those effects from XP Realistic. We can freeze those if I push that button. They're frozen now, so they don't happen, but now it's unfrozen. So we've got that head in anticipation as I turn, and I can look down the valley a little bit to the left there without having. XP Realistic is like having track IR, but in software as opposed to hardware. It's very, very cleverly done. Anyway, coming back here onto the centre line, let's get those flaps off. And as we take the flaps off, the nose dips just a little, so we give it a little bit of trim, and we're very tidy. Right, now then, let's have a look. As you can see now, we've got the sun behind us. It looks a little bit better, doesn't it? So yeah, as we can see here, you know, it's so beautifully modelled. Look at the shadows there. As the sun, as I come around, turn into the sun, you see the shadows. And just look, let me pause it there, if I can. Hang on. I'll tell you what, I'll go back, and then I'll pause it because I want to show you something. Right? So we've got the sun fully in the cockpit there. Let me just turn back this way, and then I'll go back and show it to you again. I'll pause the sim, because this is unique. Right, so we're in complete shadow there. As we come back, you see the shadows coming down the screen. Right, let me pause the sim there, and just here, just as we look over the dials there, you've got the shadow of the beam there of the cockpit window. Look at that. So you've got the shadow of it there, and in fact just above that you can see this the shadow here, which is a part of the blinds there. Yeah, so that shadowing is absolutely immense. And look at it. Look, as the sun comes down the sun goes behind the aircraft and the shadows come in. All the clocks and dials, the 3D depth is replicated. See it there? You know, that is superb. That shadowing is some of the best there is. Okay, so let's have a look in the wing view. You can see the ailerons moving there as I turn, and I mean you could almost, it's almost as if you could reach out and touch those rivets and you know, feel the bump on them. Let's have a look around. There's the other wing view. I was watching somebody on Twitch last night and he was doing wing views in a jet airliner, and he had them set up wrong, and they were so fast it made you dizzy as he went from one wing to the other. Okay, so moving back a little bit forward, there you go, down into the cockpit, right hand seat, and then back out to the wings. Beautiful. Of course I can, I've got my hat switch here so I can just move around as well. This wasn't in Xplane 10, it was in Xplane 11 where you can actually use the hat switch independently of anything else, which is pretty neat. Have I still got my gear up? I think I have. I need an external view. So let's have a look. Oh no, I've lifted the gear. So look, that's just absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Gorgeous. Look at the reflections underneath there. Now, being Innsbruck, of course, the weather can be incredibly changeable, but it's a nice day today. Let's have a look. Oh, here we go. A bit of a flyby from a different angle. Or is this an orbit? I can't remember. I've created so many different views. Absolutely superb. I could fly this all day. Really good. Okay. Whoops. That's below revs. So over here on the left hand side we've got this arrow. Now when I first got this I was a little bit disconcerted by the arrow because it's big and it sticks out and you can see it, and you know it's not very nice, and I got in touch with the developer and I said, yeah, what's with the big arrow, can we not make it smaller? And he said, oh, you can actually change it, you can make it transparent if you wish. And I said, oh really? He said yes. So you put your mouse on it, you scroll your mouse wheel, and it's invisible. You can make it invisible, but it's still there. So you click on it and you get this little tab coming out. Now there's all sorts of different things on here. Some of it is you can activate whilst you're flying. Most of it is for when you're on the ground. So I'm going to get on the ground in a minute and we'll look at some of these. I can change the livery, and I've just pressed on that, and so the sim has paused, but it doesn't. You don't know what livery you're changing to because you can't see. So I suspect a lot of this is best to be done on the ground. Let's take an external view. There we go. You can tell I've changed to Hotel Bravo, Papa Juliet Alpha. But this aircraft is superb. You can fly all day like this. Fly all day, you know. I'm not touching anything. That tab's still there. Let me just make it a little bit more visible. Hang on. I can't make it visible now. Where is it? I'm just zooming in and out. I'll sort that out when I get back on the ground. Right. So let's get into a. Right, so I mean there's so much in this aircraft. The cockpit is beautifully drawn, it works absolutely superbly well. I think it's well worth the money, this one. Well worth the money. How much did I say it was? Let's have a look here now. It is £27.99. So that is really, you know, good value for money. It's £27.99 to be clear. Just Flight, in partnership with Strand Design, are proud to present the first add-on for Xplane 11. It's the PA28R Arrow III, a beautiful aircraft following on from their award-winning TB10 Tobago and TB20 Trinidad. Thandra have produced this highly detailed simulation of the PA-28R Arrow III. There's been comprehensive research done with a real-life aircraft, so they've had an opportunity to use a real-life aircraft. It's a four-seater piston engine aircraft equipped with a retractable tricycle landing gear and constant speed propeller. It's an ideal aircraft for touring and instrument training, and I'm more than happy to agree with that. It's flown all around the world, and this add-on reflects that global popularity. In addition to our UK research aircraft, the package features 11 liveries altogether from the USA, Canada, the United Kingdom, France, Switzerland, Australia and Germany. It features PBR materials with real-time environment reflections for superb quality and realism. 4096 by 4096 textures have been used for the highest possible texture clarity, and numerous animations, including a multi-animation passenger door that, when open, responds to G-forces and air resistance. Well, I'm not going to open that, am I? So let's get the gear down, some flaps, and we'll head into Innsbruck. Right. Look at that. That's sunlight there on the cockpit panel. Superb, superb. So, descending here, I might be a little bit high, 300 feet or so. I think I'll be okay. Yeah, of course I will. This is GA. So head for the numbers, as they say. I'm a little bit fast, but as I come down here now, let's get some more flap on. Reduce that speed, 80 knots. Put on a bit of throttle, and then head for the numbers. Just check that my gear is down. Yeah, it is. 2 white, 2 red, as they say. Oh, just loosen the glide slope a little bit there, 3 red. That's okay. Head for the numbers. Just about 70 knots, I think. Yeah, 75 knots. Here we come. Look for the numbers. There they are. Idle throttle. And just let the aircraft sink. Oh, that was a bit hard. XP realistic doing its thing. And once again, you've got to be careful, you know, when touching the differential braking, especially more so in GA aircraft than airliners, because I think, you know, they're lighter, so they're more prone to whiz about all over the place. I'm just going to pull over here on the runway. There's no aircraft about. I'm not online, and let's have a look if I can sort out this. Let's put the brakes on, sort out that. There we go. That rocking then and clanking was the engine going down to idle. Alright, hang on. If I... Can I turn... Where am I? Where's the key? It's really hard to see because it's dark. So if I turn the engine off... There we go. Right, that's better. I can see what I'm doing now. Get back to my cockpit view. Which is that one, wasn't it? There we go. So we're on the ground. Here we've got what's that? Oh yeah, that's the door. So we'll have a look at some of the animations. Okay, so there's the door. There's our luggage compartment. That is our GPS. We can turn that off. Yeah. Not sure what that is. Oh, that's reflections. That'll be reflections in the cockpit. Lights, I guess, for night. Here we've got our autopilot. Autopilot's on, roll, heading on, off. So it's really straightforward autopilot. We're changing from millibars to hectopascals. Auto fuel, so you can have auto fuel. This is our fuel. Oh, spark plug fouling at 5%. Simulate spark plug. All right. Let's turn that off. So I guess that's kind of balance and maintenance. Oh, that's just weight balance of fuel, which is the Xplane one, so it turns on the Xplane one. Yeah, sound nice. Don't know what. Oh, that's your gyros, I guess. Oh, it's auto engine start. That's what that is. You start up the engine from that. That's a bit different. Flight computer, so it tells you what's happening. Logbook. Request ground services. I've never really bothered with that in Xplane because there's so many other things you can use, and I don't know what that is. I do not know what that is. Have to read the manual, I think. But what a lovely aircraft. This is absolutely crack-a-lacking, as we say, crack-a-lacking. Just having a look again from the outside, I do like that. It's very neat, isn't it? Look at the reflection on the glass there, just there. That is cool. It's really scale. Flaps, very nice, quite quick. That is a well-modelled aircraft. So, at whatever it is, £27.99, £27.99, might as well call it 28 quid. I think it's a buyer. I think it is anyway, personally, if you can afford it. Once again, it's like the same old adage, if you can afford it, then get it. If you think it's going to be worth your while, then why not? I would. Let me see if I can get back to my cockpit. There we are. There we are. Because I've been messing around, I've lost the centre, but I can do that, and we're good. We're back. Beautiful aircraft. I'm going to take it up again, I think. Brakes off. Brakes off. There we go. So, Xplane 11 producing all sorts of stuff at the moment. This is Just Flight and the PA28. I believe when I had it on just before Cosford, I think it was just coming up to release. So it may well be ready now on release. I will check. Have a look on xplane.org, and of course if it's there, I'll put the links below for you. You can have a good look and make up your mind as to whether you want this absolutely beautiful aircraft. As always, my name is Wycliffe Barrett. This is Xplane Dedicated. We'll see you soon. I'm going flying. Cheerio.